Hello guys, today I will show you useful skill jumps on all the competitive maps in CS2. I will be dividing them into 3 tiers based on the difficulty and the consistency to hit them. Before we start, a quick recap on how to do air strafes. You run forward, jump and move your mouse left or right and press the corresponding movement key. So move your mouse to the right and press D, or move your mouse to the left and press A. Be sure to also let go of W while in the air to do this properly. Note that in some of these jumps I use a long jump bind to make some jumps more consistent, which I have bound to mouse 3. Basically what it does is that it jumps and crouches at the same time while also unbinding W for the duration you press the bind. All of these jumps are possible without the bind, but it can make them easier. I will link a Steam guide on how to get the bind in the description. I also use the scroll wheel for jumping and making bunny hopping easier. But without further ado, let's get into the first tier. First we have Mirage and the jump from bench into window, and you can make the landing silent by pressing S just before you land. This is the easiest way of b-hopping out of apps. It can sometimes be a bit inconsistent to jump out of the window normally like this, but if you do a b-hop like this you can never fail it. Another silent jump, this time from Tetris to stairs, and you can do it again silently by pressing S just before you land. Kitchen window b-hop on the shelves to create this off angle towards jungle. The fast way to get on balcony and push palace. Inferno, jump from car to half wall. You can also do a b-hop like this, but it's a bit harder. Over an ancient, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be a bit annoying to try self-boosting yourself on A. So what you want to do is to go into this position and then crouch jump. Anubis mid to water jump, you can jump on the left or the right side. Nuke, jump onto this high elevation on the roof. On the A side of train, jump from red train onto the yellow train. And lastly in the first tier, we have the jump on this connector box from A side train. Before we continue to the second tier, let me tell you a little bit about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by SkinVault. SkinVault is a CS2 skin trading site with the lowest fees on the market and where you can easily and securely trade your old skins for new ones. They have a wide variety of skins to choose from, and if you use my code UKKO, you'll get a 35% deposit bonus and up to $10 for free on your first trade. In case you want to sell your skins, they also have an instant cash out section. Check out SkinVault in the description below. First, in the second tier we have the short self-boost on Inferno. One thing to keep in mind to make this easier is that don't let your head hit this roof when jumping. You can also jump onto this ledge from these barrels. Jump from default to on top of coffins. Then we'll get to all the Mirage window jumps. Firstly, we have the standard way of jumping to window from short, but this is not the fastest way. Instead, if you do this movement, it will be way faster. I will show you in slow-mo. So, once you jump here, you want to instantly b-hop here and move right onto this railing, then turn left and run a bit before jumping into window. The classic window to short jump. The most important thing here is to get the timing down when you need to jump. Some people tell you to start in the window frame before jumping, but I find it easier to get the timing down if you don't start there and just jump into the window frame and then jump again to get to short. Window to ladder jump, you can try doing a b-hop from the window frame onto the brakes, but this is easier. You can also combine this with the bench jump to window from bottom mid. You can jump onto the bricks in a straight line like this, but I prefer to do a little strafe like this using W and A. At least for me, it's easier to get the timing down when to jump, but you do what you prefer. If you want to get on balcony quickly from stairs, you can do this jump. Here we have the classic van jump. You can use this ledge on the van to run for a bit before jumping. You can also perform a b-hop on the ledge, which will make the jump faster but harder. In mid, we have the jump onto this wall from mid boxes. You could technically do this without any strafes, but I found the jump a bit inconsistent, which makes it a bit harder. Firstly, on nuke, we have this edge bug drop down from silo, which will make you take no damage and make less noise. You can do this if you want to drop down without getting any damage and don't want to drop onto main for some reason. What you want to do is to jump and aim for this ledge, then as soon as you hit the ledge and start sliding to the right, press D. However, this isn't 100% consistent and you will sometimes take damage. Then we have this ladder technique to spot if someone pushes outside, for example. You need to run at an angle to the ladder and jump just before you touch the ladder while holding your jump key. You can also jump onto the blue crate, but it's pretty difficult. And lastly, on nuke, we have the fast movement on the silo down to main. Ancient, mid-long jump onto the sledge to push heaven. Does 2, jump onto the sledge to peek towards A from city. And then we're finally at the third and last tier and we start on Inferno. This is the silent jump into window room. You want to hold shift and do one large strafe. The fastest way to window from short is to do a b-hop like this. With this one you want to crouch immediately after you jump to avoid your legs hitting the railing. If you b-hop from this spot, your legs will hit the railing, so you don't want to jump that far in order to hit this jump. Instead, jump earlier and b-hop from this spot to succeed. Then we have the vent hop. You need to spam scroll wheel to get multiple b-hops and go through the vent fast. You can also go through the vent normally like this, but vent hopping is faster. You can do it at the start of the round to go into window fast, but you can also do it when rotating from kitchen. You can also combine this with the short jump to get the short extra fast. This is pretty inconsistent, but you might as well try it every time you go through the vent. Speaking of the short jump, this is not the fastest way to do it, especially if you're planning to push top mid from short. This is the fastest way. You don't actually need to crouch here when jumping, and if you aim at the right side you can b-hop to get on the railing faster. And the last jump in the third tier is this jump from on top of hut to the top of side silo. This jump benefits a lot from the long jump bind, but is completely possible even without it.